Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good morning, everyone, as we welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on this Saturday morning, first Saturday in October. We're back less than 24 hours after the big shootout football game last night between Collinsville and Granite City. We're here for some boys soccer today, Southwestern Conference matchup, as your Collinsville Kahawks host the Alton Redbirds. I'm Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on a Saturday morning as we welcome you into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials. Right now their focus is on fall as the weather has finally turned more fall-like. You can get a dozen fall flowers in a stylish vase, all for $25. Give Cullip Jennings a call. 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Collinsville, well, they come into this contest with a record of 6-8. They are 3-4 in conference play. Alton comes in with a record of 4-7. They also are 3-4 in conference play. These two teams did meet at Alton back on the 10th of September. Collinsville won that game in a 1-0 shutout. Ryan Knoll scored the only goal, got an assist from Anthony Colpatelli. And Logan Rader had a shutout as he made all 8 saves of the shots that were on net against him in that game. So Collinsville looking to come in here and get a little better. The postseason is approaching real quick. Matter of fact, the schedule just came out yesterday. Collinsville will be playing in the O'Fallon Regional. That'll get underway on Tuesday, October the 22nd. O'Fallon will take on Belleville East in the first game at 5 p.m. O'Fallon's the number 2 seed. Belleville East the 7 seed. Then that game will be followed up by Collinsville taking on Belleville West. Collinsville got the number 3 seed in that regional, and Belleville West is the number 6 seed. The two teams that win those two games on Tuesday, October 22nd, will head back to O'Fallon Saturday night, October the 26th, for the regional championship game, and that game is set to start at 6 o'clock. On the other side, the Edwardsville Regional features game 1 that still doesn't have a date associated to it yet, as Granite City will take on Waterloo. Then on Wednesday, October 23rd, the number 1 seed, Edwardsville Tigers, will host the winner of that Granite City Jabot match. That'll be at 4:30 on Wednesday, October 23rd. Then the nightcap has Quincy taking on this Alton team at 6:30, and the winners of Wednesday's game will meet Friday in Edwardsville at 4 o'clock for the regional championship game. Everybody trying to get to Normal Community West High School for the sectional round, which starts on Tuesday, October 29th, and the championship set for Friday, November 1st. You win that, you go on to Bradley, which is where we were last year for the Super Sectional when Collinsville knocked out Mount Carmel. That Super Sectional game is set for Tuesday, November 5th. You win that one, you're on to the state tournament with the semifinals on Friday, November 8th, and the finals on Saturday, November the 9th. Well, I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge just a little while ago to talk about the playoff pairings and the seedings, and we'll pass that conversation along to you next as the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
On the Kahok Sports Network, we're back at Kahok Stadium, less than 24 hours removed from the football game, but we're here for some boys soccer today as the season starts to wind down. Joining us now on the program is Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. Coach, before we get to the game at hand, talk about the seedings came out on Thursday. You got a number 3 seed, and the schedule came out yesterday, so we know who we're playing. Let's start with the number 3 seed and your thoughts.
Well, I'm happy with the 3 seed. While I think we are probably the 3 seed, going into it, our record was, difficult to reflect that. But every team we've played, every game that we've played, it's been a tough game. So I think the teams, voted correctly.
And you are facing Belleville West, a team that you've already beaten twice this year. We all know how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in one season. So your thoughts when you saw Belleville West on that schedule?
Well, I know it's going to be a tough game. They've improved from the first game we beat them 3-0 to having to beat them in 2-1 in overtime. They've gotten better throughout the year, and their results have shown it. I think they had 6-7 wins. They've improved, so it'll be a difficult game for us.
I think they got that in the back of their mind, that that one goal that made the difference in that penalty kick.
I do. I think that they're going to come out gunning for us. They've got some confidence now, so we've got to be prepared.
All right, so up to this point, do you feel like your team is making the right progressions to get you ready for those playoffs?
Yeah, we've had some good training sessions. Our results are getting better. While we still have struggled with scoring goals defensively, we've gotten a little bit better. The communication-wise, we've improved. Trying to work on little things to get us ready to go.
O'Fallon got the number 2 seed in that one. Edwardsville, the number 1. They have their own regional, so you don't have to face them unless you get to sectional. So O'Fallon, the team to beat in this regional?
Yeah, O'Fallon's had a great year. What are they, like 9-4 or something like that? They've been tough. They beat us twice. They've had 2 close games with Edwardsville. They've had a good, talented team.
Speaking of that O'Fallon game, I was going to go back to that one because since I saw you at Belleville West, you guys played O'Fallon and Granite City. So let's start with the O'Fallon game.
Yeah, the O'Fallon game was a tough one. We played well for about 65 minutes, which is kind of our MO. Give up a goal on a corner. We lost our man, and about 5 minutes later, we gave up another goal on a dead ball, and that's kind of been our struggle, is defending dead balls and corners. So that's what we've been working on for the past couple, week and a half in practice.
Then you took a trip to Granite City. Never an easy place to play because of that field out there, but you came out on top of that one.
Yeah, that one was a struggle at times. Again, we played well for most of the game. Gave up a goal on a corner kick, then had to fight back. But good thing is the boys continued to work and continued to fight, and we ended up scoring with about 30 seconds left. And then once we got the goal, with 30 seconds left, we scored about 4 minutes into the overtime. and then just kind of kept going. You know, we didn't want to stop and defend. We wanted to continue to press and try and score more goals.
You had back-to-back games when I did the game at Belleville West, which kind of forced your hand to put Carter Wagner in there to start that game. I thought that he looked pretty good in there. What was your thoughts?
Carter's done a great job for the minutes that he's had. The good thing about Carter is he's willing to go out there and yell and give directions and communicate to everybody. You know, there are certain things technique-wise that he could work on, but for being a soccer player only about 5 months out of the year, he does a great job.
All right, you have Alton here today. I'm guessing they're chomping at the bit because you guys beat them at their place 1-0 earlier this year. So talk about this matchup with the Redbirds.
They're another team that's improved throughout the year. The results have shown it. They're a hard-working team. They like to press and push, and you know, for us, we need to be able to withstand their attack and then try and score a goal.
What are you looking for out of your guys? And I mean, I know you're trying to go for the win, but you're also trying to prepare yourself for the playoffs. So what is it you want to see from your guys out there today?
Just a solid defensive effort. You can't win soccer games if you keep giving up goals. So if we can get a shutout and then kind of progress from there, that's the goal. Defense first.
Thanks for the visit, Coach.
Thank you.
Head Coach Rob Lugie of your Collinsville Kahoks. We'll take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting rosters to you, plus more names and more numbers. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion, from anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium. I'm Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here on a Saturday morning. We're getting you set for Kahok soccer as Collinsville plays host to Alton. Kahawks come in at 6-8. Alton comes in at 4-7. Both teams are 3-4 in conference play. Collinsville comes in averaging almost 1.4 goals per game while giving up 1.8. Alton comes in having scored about 1.3 per game, but they're giving up 2.1 goals per game. So Alton struggling on the defensive side a little bit. JV game took place before this one did, and Collinsville came out on top of that one 3-1. We understand that we're going to have a Jeff Hayes sighting up here in the post-game show. At least that's the word we get anyway. I told him I'll believe it when I see it. He's supposed to come up here a few times and hasn't made it up here yet. He said he's going to set an alarm. He's going to get some of the guys to remind him, and hopefully Coach Lugge can remind him as well. And maybe we'll get to talk to Coach Hayes about his JV team as they're playing pretty good this year. Edwardsville stands in first place in the Southwestern Conference. They are 15-3. They're undefeated in league play at 8-0. Collinsville will host Edwardsville next week. We'll have that game for you here on the Kahok Sports Network. Matter of fact, we'll have 2 soccer games for you next week as senior night takes place here against Jabot on Monday, and then on Thursday we'll be back here for the Edwardsville contest. O'Fallon's in second place. They're 9-4-2. They are 5-3 in conference play, so it looks like Edwardsville is going to be the one to move on to take that Southwestern Conference crown. Collinsville, they are being led in goals by Anthony Colpatelli. He has a robust 3 goals on the year. Luis Fernandez, Will Martin, and Ryan Null all have 2 goals on the year. And coming into this game, Collinsville still seeking a little bit of a push on the offensive side of things as well. And for the Alton Redbirds, they are being led in goal by, well, I lost all my stuff. I got all the things printed out, but it doesn't give me the categories. I didn't even notice that. Looks like, I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Anyway, we'll pass along the starting lineups to you. For Alton, they will have Owen Messias in goal. He is a junior, and in front of him, you will have Owen Stenback, Lucas Kircher, Tyler Hance, Braden Decker, Jake Lombardi, Hayden Batchelor, Adam Wong, Colton Siebold, Justin Davis, and Braden Shrimp. Collinsville will have Logan Rader in goal, and in front of him, you will find Jaden Redden, Dylan Frecker, Yahir Figueroa, Anthony Colpatelli, Nick Corzine, Ryan Null, Max Miss Lawrence, Aiden Hensler, Jarrett Ellsworth, and Spencer Vlasic. So those are the folks that are going to be starting in front of their respective goalkeepers here in this game tonight. We can tell you Logan Rader's numbers look like this: 761 minutes on the year. He is 5-6 on the year. He has 5 shutouts. 3 of those are solo. 2 of those he has shared with Carter Wagner. And Logan coming in, having given up 17 goals. He has a goals against average of 1.8, and he's made 58 saves, and that gives him a save percentage right at 77%. So there are your starters. We will take our final break here on the the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. When we come back, we'll have some soccer for you. Collinsville taking on Alton. That comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future, before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. I'm Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here on a Saturday morning, closing in on the afternoon hours. As we get you ready for this game between Collinsville and Alton. I'm flying solo up here, kids, so I'm on the camera and doing all the other stuff myself. So if I make a mistake, please bear with me. Both teams are out on the field. Collinsville, the home team, they are all in purple today, while the Alton Redbirds are all in white. Collinsville's numbers on the backs and the fronts of their jerseys are white, while the Alton Redbirds have red numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. Logan Rader will be in the goal to your left, and we are underway. Owen Messias in goal. He's a junior. He'll be dressed in all black, and he'll be out to the right, as we're already starting bad not following the camera in the yeah, we'll get it together here sooner or later. Ball ends up going out of bounds right in front of the Collinsville bench. And the Alton Redbirds will throw it in. Up that far sideline. Takes a big old bounce and then off of the head of Spencer Vlasic over there and out of bounds once again. So the Redbirds will throw it in closer to the goal occupied by Logan Rader, the senior goalkeeper for Collinsville. Here is the throw in. And off of a head and down onto the foot of Jared Ellsworth as Collinsville tries to break it out of their defensive zone and bring it forward for a little offensive pressure. They do so off of the head of one of the Alton players and all the way back to Messias, and he kicks it all the way up the side of the field, and that ball lands right into a chair. How about that? It's a lot smaller than a goal. Collinsville gets it, and they throw it back in, trying to generate some offense for the first time in this game as another ball ends up going out of bounds. JV team won 3-1. They're on a bit of a roll lately. A couple of ties in their last couple of games, but pulled out the win here tonight. Collinsville's Ellsworth brings it up, but then has that ball picked right off of his foot as the Kahawks try to bring it back, and Aiden Hensler gets the ball back for Collinsville. Now back over to Ellsworth and across the way to Nick Corzine. Corzine pops the ball up, and Alton and Adam Wong try to track it down. That ball ends up going out of bounds, last touched by Wong. So a throw-in coming for Collinsville, and it'll be Frecker who throws it in all the way into the box on this near side and heading toward that corner, but stopped by Alton, and now Redden picks it up, shoots it out front. Hensler there couldn't quite track it down before Alton got there and supplied the defense. Now a ball bouncing around in front of the box. And Collinsville stays alive in the offensive zone until Alton sends it all the way back out to midfield. Tracking it down is Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic sends it back the other way. And then Alton, off of the head of Colton Siebold, sends it back into their offensive zone. Redbirds trying to make a little bit of noise. Turning the corner is Braden Decker. Decker, he runs into Spencer Vlasic, the senior leader and captain on this crew. The only holdover starter from last year's third-place finishers in the state championships, Spencer Vlasic. Logan Rader was the backup goalie last year. He gets the full-time duties this year on the varsity squad, and he'll put a boot into it and send it all the way back out to midfield. Off of a head of one of the Alton players. Now tracking it down is Justin Davison for the Alton Redbirds. He leaves it and then tries to get it back from Wong, but Wong led him a little bit too far. Frecker throws the ball in for Collinsville. Up the near side sideline. Trying to find Colpatelli. He can't, and Alton takes over and sends it back into the Collinsville defense. Now Vlasic has to go send it back to Logan Rader, and Rader will send it back out to midfield before the Alton forwards could close in. Alton's defense, Tyler Hance sends it over to Wong, but Wong couldn't handle the pass, and again it's another turnover, and now Frecker will throw it in for Collinsville. Off the head of Redden, off the head of Frecker, back and forth they'll go for a second, and then it finds the feet of Anthony Colpatelli, who then gives to Redden. Back to the defense we go for Lawrence, and Lawrence will send it back to Vlasic. Vlasic sends the ball all the way back up into the Collinsville offensive zone. Here's Yagahir Figueroa. Figueroa's got a move, got a shot. Oh, what a save. And then Collinsville gets the ball back, and a rebound effort by Anthony Colpatelli ends up into the hands of Owen Messias, and this game remains scoreless. Alton sends the ball all the way back out. Off of the head of Lucas Kircher over there for Alton. And then out of bounds. 35-45 left to play here in this opening half. Ball comes in. Figueroa tumbled to the ground before he could even get there. And Collinsville will have another throw-in opportunity. Actually, this is going to be a free kick. It'll be from about 35 yards away, but from the far side sideline. It's on the way and into the box off of a head. Pops straight up, and then Allsworth tries to use his head. But Messias is there with the save. 35-20 left to play here in this first half. A couple of chances here for Collinsville early on, but no goal to speak of as of yet. Redden with the ball for Collinsville in the midfield circle. Now it's picked up by Davison. Moved along over there for Stenbach. And Alton brings it up the far side sideline. Trying to turn the corner over there is Decker. And Decker has the ball knocked away by Collinsville's Spencer Vlasic. And out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Alton Redbirds. Comes into the box off of a body out front belonging to Collinsville, and then the ball ping-pongs around for a minute. Collinsville trying to track it down. They can't. Alton comes away with it. Here is a chance for Wong, and Wong sends that ball all the way over to the other side. Got a little bit of a breeze. It was blowing harder earlier when I got here. It was rattling the bleachers, but looking at the flags on the goalpost from the football uprights and the American flag out there, they're not moving as much now. Here is Logan Rader. Can't quite make it all the way out to midfield with that kick, so Alton will try to send it back up. Here is Wong once again. Sends the ball up to Schrempf. And Alton trying to keep possession of it down here in the offensive zone. Pass by Batchelor all the way on the other side. That finds Lucas Kircher. Kircher sends it up the line, and Alton tries to reset their offense once again. They're in the zone, trying to figure out some movements to get them closer to the front of that goal occupied by Logan Rader. Collinsville steps up, and they clear the ball all the way out. Colpatelli up to Figueroa. Figueroa racing in from that left side, puts a shot on, and off the post, and right back to where it came from. Right off of the inside of this near side post. And that ball came right back to Figueroa, but Messias was there to pick the ball up before anybody could get there for any type of a rebound effort. That was probably the best chance Collinsville's had thus far. All the way back out to midfield we go. Vlasic off of his body. He finds Hensler. Hensler tries to send it up to Figueroa, but a little too far for him, and Tyler Hance takes care of it. And then Wong gets tripped up by Collinsville's Hensler. And it'll be a free kick here for the Alton Redbirds, but it's going to be from about 70 yards away or so. Kick is on the way. And off of a couple of bodies, closer to the goal now, and then Vlasic sends it on out, up to Hensler. He finds Lawrence. Lawrence sends it up to Redden. Back over to Hensler. Hensler will send it back to the defense, and Lawrence will send it up right to midfield. Loose ball picked up by Alton. Redbirds, they try to bring it up. Here is Lombardi. Lombardi moves the ball up, and then a nice job there on the defense by Vlasic, but the ball gets away, and it's offside. So Logan Rader will send us back to action here with 32:10 left to play in this first half. Rader sends it out to midfield this time. Alton plays it at midfield, but then a nice job there by Ryan Null to steal the ball. Null still trying to control it over there on that far sideline. He does, and then helped out by Copatelli. Null gets the ball back, sends it over to Hensler, and that ball is headed right back toward him. And Alton living dangerously in their defensive zone once again. They clear it out, and Spencer Vlasic goes back to send it back into the offensive zone, but he does so out of bounds, so Wong will throw it in. He does so right to the midfield circle and moved up on a header by the Alton Redbirds and Shrimp. Kahoks back on some defense now. They send it up the sideline, but they send it out of bounds right in front of their bench. Had some excitement on this field last night. Kahok football team lost a heartbreaker in a shootout, 54-49. Last year, the teams met and scored 80 points. This time, they were over 100. Here is Hensler playing some defense, sends it back to Frecker, but that ball is blocked out, and trying to track it down over there before it goes out of bounds, but not having any success is Braden Shrimp. And the throw-in for Collinsville will come from the corner. Frecker. Right near that corner kick flag. Throws it up this near sideline and off of the head of Wong for Alton. And then almost off of the face there of Braden Shiragi, who comes in for the first time in this game. Throw in by Wong. And Collinsville heads it right back out. So Wong will do it all over again. Now it comes into the box, and Collinsville heads it out. Shiragi trying to get it out farther, but that's going to be helped out by a call against Braden Shrimp. And Collinsville's Logan Rader will send us back to action with the ball all the way past midfield, and Anthony Copatelli will take it on that far sideline. He's got Figueroa coming up the middle, but a good defensive play there by Alton keeps that pass from ever materializing. And now Collinsville out front does get it to Figueroa. Figueroa sends it back, and Maximum Lawrence with it. And a little ping-pong, volleyball, soccer ball going all over the place out there for a minute. Now it'll bounce into the box, and Messias will come pick it up. And with about 29 minutes to play, we remain scoreless. Nice sunny day. It's going to be a beautiful day here in the Midwest. Temperatures in the lower 70s. Not so much next weekend. Next weekend, man, does not look good. We have a Friday night football game at Mattoon. And I was supposed to play in a Washers tournament on Saturday, but, man, the weekend looks horrible next weekend. We're talking like temperatures falling, rain, wind, daytime highs, 60, and then it'll start to fall through the 50s during the day on Friday. And it just looks like not a fun weekend, at least here early on, for next weekend's forecast. Collinsville in the offensive zone now, as we have a substitution going on for the Kahoks. Ryan Null heads out. As soon as I can see a number, I will let you know who's in. Meanwhile, the ball comes in. It's thrown in, and then Messias comes out and runs right over our new guy who just came into the game, which I believe is, well, I don't know who it is. Now I do. Alex Lorbach. Lorsbach. Scoreless thus far. Collinsville has had the better of the chances. As Logan Rader comes out, scoops that one up. He'll send it back out on a kick. And at midfield it goes. Here is Anthony Colpatelli. Colpatelli keeps the ball alive, sends it back to Frecker. Frecker, he'll just boot it all the way upfield, and the goalkeeper for Alton will come out, pick that one up with no pressure whatsoever coming from anyone wearing purple. 27 minutes to go. Sky-high kick all the way out to midfield and beyond as Alton tries to chase that ball down. Braden Decker trying to get around Vlasic. He couldn't. And Logan Rader sends it back out to midfield. Off of the head of Lawrence. Comes down. Figueroa got a foot on it for a moment. Now tries to get the ball back. He can't. And then tripped up on the play was Collinsville's Wes Hensey, but no call on the play. And now Alton comes up with the ball right on the near side sideline. Collinsville trying to keep it from going out, and they do so. They bank it off of a Alton player, and Collinsville gets the throw in, but Alton finds the ball on their feet once again. Here is Wong. He sends the ball on up, trying to find Shrimp. He does, and Shrimp trying to find Justin Davison. Instead, Collinsville takes care of it. Now we're going to have a whistle as one number 7 runs into the back of the other number 7. Tyler Hance running into Figueroa. Meanwhile, the ball comes into the box, and Messias has to come out and make a save, and way out of the box. He sends the ball over the sideline and then out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw-in from the far side as Figueroa will head to the bench for the first time. It'll be Spencer Vlasic who will take care of this throw-in. Will Martin comes in to take the place of Figueroa. Throw in, comes into the box, and Alton uses their head to get it right back out, and then the Alton Redbirds send that ball all the way up. This could be a little bit of a dangerous move here as it's one-on-one, but Collinsville's Nick Corzine holds his own and takes care of it as Braden Decker was in with that ball all ready to score. Whistle on the play. Collinsville will have another free kick. Logan Rader will take care of this one from about 90 yards away. And he'll send it up that far side. Alton sends it right back to midfield. Off of the head of Nick Corzine. And then a whistle on the play. Collinsville will get another free kick. This one will come from midfield. Nick Corzine sends it on down to the offensive zone, and Collinsville trying to keep it down there for a minute. Bounces off a couple of bodies, and then Wong comes up with it for Alton. Sent up farther by Lombardi. Lombardi over there on that far side trying to find Decker. Decker has had a couple of chances over there from that right side on the right wing, but he has a hard time getting around Vlasic and the rest of the Collinsville defense. Now, Alton, a little dangerous. Here's Stennen back. He sends it over this way now for Shrimp. Shrimp sends it over for Davison. And into the box it goes, and Rader comes out and gets a hold of that ball right before the Alton forward could get there and put a shot on goal. That was Hayden Batchelor who had that opportunity. Ends up going across the line, and Rader will have a goal kick restart here with 23:50 left to play in this first half. Logan sends it out to midfield. Misses a couple of people, and then Anthony Colpatelli sends it up with a little head ball right there, and now up in the air. Collinsville trying to settle it down, but here's Wong who sends it up for Alton. Gets it past Frecker. Frecker has to go run it down, and Davison is there to make sure that doesn't happen. Ends up going out of bounds. Wong will have another throw in here for the Alton Redbirds. He throws it right back into Davison. Davison sends it into the middle, trying to find Lombardi. He does so. Lombardi leaves it for Batchelor, and then Collinsville's defense intercepts the ball, at least for a moment. Alton returns the favor, puts it up in the box. Here is a shot. Man, I don't know what happened over there, but Braden Decker couldn't get a real good shot on that ball, and it never did quite make it to its destination. Raider was out of the area, and Collinsville trying to return it back up the other way, and before anyone can get there to do any damage, Messias covers up. 22.5 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Alton. These two teams met at Alton in September, and Collinsville came away with a 1-0 victory. That goal was scored by Ryan Null in the first half of the game. Here's Davison again for the Alton Redbirds. Sends it up and then kind of gets tangled up with his own player, Hayden Batchelor. Collinsville tries to take the ball away. They finally do so. Here is Colpatelli on the near side, and he just banks it off of Wong's shins and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw-in, and it'll be Frecker who will take care of this after we have another substitution. West Hensey will go out, and Jaden Redden comes back in. 21:50 left to play, and this one comes up the near sideline, and then Ryan Knoll tried to send it right back to Frecker, but it never did quite make it that far, so Alton takes over. And at midfield, a whistle on the play. That one's going to go against Collinsville, so Alton will have a free kick, albeit from about 60 yards away from the goal occupied by Logan Rader. Allsworth takes over at midfield at Alton, comes away with it, and sends it back up, and into the Collinsville bench it goes. Redbirds throw it in. Collinsville sends it right back up the line and right back into their bench. So another throw in coming up here for Alton. Right at the end of the Kahok bench. Throw comes in, and it's out of bounds. One bounce inbounds, second bounce out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw in, this time from the far side corner. Next to that corner kick flag over there, it'll be Spencer Vlasic who will throw it in. Up the sideline. Stays on the sideline. Now it comes out, and Alton puts a shot toward the goal, but there is Logan Rader to scoop it up and send it back out. Kahawks get a favorable bounce. Figueroa trying to chase it down. He does so, but he's got some company. He's going to have to turn around and give the ball up. He does, and then off of the face. That had to hurt. Braden Decker. Collinsville keeps the ball alive. Redden comes over here to this near side sideline. He sends it back out toward the middle, and Alton takes control of it from there. Up the middle it comes. Collinsville sends it right back. Here is Redden trying to get the ball away from Shrimp, but Shrimp comes away with it, and he'll send it into the middle, and now over onto the far side. He is trying to find the Braden Decker. Oh, Decker with a shot and a save by Logan Rader. That one goes across the end line, and we are going to have our first corner kick. Sure hope that Braden Decker's okay over there. I think that's a Decker. It might be Lucas Kircher, actually. 6'8". From far away, they look the same. Kircher still rubbing his face. That had to sting. Corner kick will be coming from the far side. It'll be Jake Lombardi who will take it here for the Alton Redbirds. First corner kick of the game belongs to Alton. Halfway through this first half and then some. Kick on the way. It's short, stays out the far side, and then it's popped up into the zone, and Collinsville will get there first, and they'll send it back out to midfield. Figueroa trying to get there, and he couldn't, but Collinsville still able to get bodies on the ball, and now it comes out to midfield for Figueroa. Figueroa tries to send it up, trying to find either Lorsbach or I believe Will Martin was over there as well. Now the ball comes all the way out to this side. Frecker trying to track it down. It's going to be left in the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds by the Alton Redbirds. So Frecker will have another throw in from near the corner kick flag. With 18 minutes left to play here in this first half. Still looking for our first goal. Now, Lucas Kircher does go off. And he's still feeling the effects from taking that ball right off the face. Looks like he's rubbing that left cheekbone. He'll get some medical attention as we get back to action. Here's a throw in. Redden off of his head. Trying to track it down is Ryan Null. Null scored the only goal in the game between these two teams when they met on September 10th in Alton. Wong will throw it in for the Redbirds. He'll do so to Davison. Now they find the foot of Batchelor, and Batchelor lost control of it. Redden takes over for Collinsville, sends it over to Lawrence. Lawrence sends it over to Owlsworth, and Owlsworth all the way on the other side, and Collinsville breaks it up, and it's going to be offside. That was a real shame because Ryan Null had a little bit of room between himself and the nearest defender. Now Alton sends the ball back downrange. Kahok's trying to send it back the other way, and they'll send it across that sideline over there on the far side. It'll be a throw-in coming here for Dylan Bradley. Bradley throws it in. Ball popped right up. And Collinsville trying to get it out of there. Lorsbach trying to send it up, but he sends it out of bounds instead, so another throw-in coming up here for Alton. And right back to where it came from. Bradley will do it all over again. Now it's popped straight up in the air, and then Owlsworth uses his head to send it right back to where it came from. Collinsville gets it out of there. Here is Shiragi sending the ball up. He's got Redden. Redden sends the ball up the sideline. Figueroa couldn't get there in time before that ball went out of bounds underneath of the Alton Redbird bench, where another throw-in will come in. Well, they're going to call this one a free kick. Up the sideline it goes. Far side. Stendeback trying to chase it down. He can't. Collinsville sends it up. Alton doesn't let him get past midfield. At least not right now. Redden stayed with this player long enough for a turnover, and then Redden gets tripped up, but he stays on his feet. Now on the far side, Collinsville pops the ball out, and on that far side, Messias takes care of it before anyone from Collinsville could get there. Figueroa was the closest one. And now Messias sends it all the way back out past midfield and off of a head, and it'll go all the way to Logan Rader. Rader will take care of it. He'll send it back out to midfield. Takes a couple of bounces, and there Alton takes over. They send it back into their offensive zone. Little chip shot by Justin Davis trying to find an open winger over there on that right side. He couldn't. He gets the ball back, and then he taps it right back to Lombardi. Lombardi, he sends the ball up for Decker. Decker will send it back to his defense, and Bradley will try to reset the offense. Over on the far side here is Stendenbach. On that far side sideline, puts it in the middle, but no one there wearing the red and white, and Collinsville sends it back out. The defense for Alton takes over. Here is Batchelor. Moves the ball up once again. Alton with some sustained pressure in the offensive zone, but still not a shot on goal during this go-round. But the Alton Redbirds keeping the ball down here. Here is Shrimp. Shrimp zigzags away through a couple of defenders, puts a shot on goal, and it's too high. Off of the football crossbar, and right back to where it came from. So a goal kick restart here with 14 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in this first half. Collinsville, by the way, has won the last 7 years in a row against Alton, 5 of those games being shutouts. Ball comes out toward midfield and sent back by Alton, but that ball is going to land out of bounds, and Collinsville will have the throw in. It'll be Frecker who will take care of it. He sends it up this near side sideline. Alton sends it right back, and Alton into the offensive zone once again. That was a nice little head move there by Decker, as Decker tries to work himself around Vlasic. Vlasic gets a little help in the meanwhile from Frecker. And Alton still dangerous in the offensive zone. There's a ball that goes in. Vlasic, little side kick, sends it back out. And Alton continues to keep on the offensive pressure here. Here's another shot, and Rader with a save. That shot by Jake Lombardi. And Logan Rader pops this one up. It's not going to quite make it all the way to midfield, but helped out there by a head of one of the Collinsville Kahawks. Over to the far side it goes. Stendenbach sends it back up. Vlasic stems that tide for just a moment. And now Stendenbach still in a little bit of a battle over there as everybody's playing pop it up off the head kind of a game. Nick Corzine will get it. He'll take care of the throw-in on the far side. 12.5 minutes to go in this first half. And then a pass that just eluded Aiden Hensler over there, and out of bounds it goes. So Alton will keep the ball in the offensive zone. Evan Duggar, a forward for Alton, checks into the game for the first time. As the Redbirds put on some offensive pressure once again. Dylan Frecker uses his head to get that out of there. Back out toward midfield it goes. Here is Colpatelli. Colpatelli can't quite get around his defender. And we're going to have a whistle, and it's going to go against Collinsville. So now Alton's going to have a free kick. This one a little closer than the rest of them have been. This one's going to be from about 45 yards away. Little golf move out there. Pick up some of that plastic turf and throw it up so you can see which way the wind's blowing. Free kick on the way from Lombardi and knocked away by Wes Hensey for Collinsville. And then Hensey gets it right back on his head and sends it a little farther, but Alton still putting on that offensive pressure. Now the ball finds the foot of Seabold. Seabold sends the ball up, and Davison can't quite do it. Wong, he'll put a shot toward the goal, and Logan Rader reaches up and grabs that one before it has a chance to go in top shelf. Rader sends it back out with 11 minutes to play here in this first half. Alton, they have been providing the offensive pressure here recently in this first half. Collinsville's had their moments and probably have had the better chances as far as shots on goal are concerned, but Alton has definitely kept the ball in the offensive zone a little longer, especially this go-round, as that ball was just kicked out of bounds by Batchelor. Collinsville will have a throw-in. And it'll be Spencer Vlasic who will take care of it. Vlasic, far side sideline, throws it into the box. Off of a couple of bodies it comes down, and then Alton gets it out of there before any damage can be done. Not very far out, though, as Collinsville trying to mount some offensive pressure of their own, but the defense for the Alton Redbirds sends it right back up, and here is Lombardi. Lombardi sends it over to the sideline. And on the move are the Redbirds once again in the offensive zone. A couple of nice moves over there. Shot toward the goal, but that one's going to go out the far side. And Logan Rader will have another goal kick restart to get things restarted here as we have 9:50 left to play in this first half. Scoreless thus far between Collinsville and Alton. One of these two teams, maybe, will even out their conference record. Both teams come in with a 3-4 mark in Southwestern Conference play. Rader sends it out off of a couple of Collinsville bodies, one right after the other, and then Alton finds a loose ball. They take over. Here is Duggar. Duggar sends it up the sideline, trying to find Decker. He does so. Decker circles with the ball for a moment, sends it back to the midfielders and the defense, and then right back to where it came from. But this time Colpatelli will take over. Colpatelli trying to find Figueroa over there, who was going up that sideline on the far side, but that was a nice play by the Alton defense to keep that from happening. Now Frecker, he'll just pop it up right in front of the box as Messias comes out, and players run into each other. As a matter of fact, two teammates ran into each other. The goalkeeper ran into his own player. Both of them stayed down for a minute. Messias is up. Well, the other player for the Alton Redbirds is not. He's trying. And the other player is Hayden Batchelor. Bachelor appears to be okay. Clock is stopped with 8:50 left to play. And now the referee coming over to the sideline. Talk things over with someone. Well, he's going to talk things over with one of the line judges over there. Not really sure what they could be talking about. No coaches are involved in this conversation. These two teams tied back in 2006, 1-1. That's the only tie over the last 20 years. And over the last 20 years, Collinsville is 21-2-1. The last time Collinsville lost to Alton was a 3-1 score in 2012. And the only other time was in 2002. So you had a 10-year winning streak for Collinsville between 2002 and 2012, and now they're in the middle of a 7-year winning streak. Collinsville is going to get a free kick out of this. And it'll be from about 25 yards away. And it looks like Bradley Tall, the backup goalkeeper, has come into the game for Alton. So Messias hurt on that play. Here's a shot by Figueroa, and it's in. Yeah, here Figueroa breaks the deadlock with 8:47 left to play in the first. Well, looks like the sideline judge over here on the near side is going to kick out one of the Alton fans, saying some choice words that the sideline judge did not approve of, told him to go to his car. So one less spectator here. And Alton finds themselves down 1-0 on a goal by Yahir Figueroa on a free kick that had a lot of bend on it. Started off in the middle and bent all the way out to the right-hand side. Collinsville with the lead and the ball. Here is Henze. Henze sends it up to Figueroa again. And this time, off of the face as Messias is back in there. That was off of his head. And that was not Figueroa who took that shot, however. That was Tag Baker. That was some steam on that shot. And now Frecker loses control of the ball. And the Alton Redbirds try to bring it back up, but there's Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic sends it up to Henze. Henze right in the middle to Hensler. And over on the far side, offsides. Free kick coming up here for the Redbirds, but about 80 yards away from the goal occupied by Logan Rader. So Owen Messias had to go off for a minute. He came back out. Collinsville almost scored another goal. Here are the Redbirds, and here is Lombardi. Lombardi sends it on up to Shrimp. Shrimp over on the far side finds a teammate streaking up the right wing, and a little trip and fall, and that shot right to Rader off of the foot of Evan Duger. Rader, oh boy, he pops that one straight up into the air. That one didn't have any forward movement on it at all. Comes down, Alton trying to take advantage of the miscue by the Collinsville goalkeeper. And then a trip up. No whistle on the play as Wong took down Ryan Null. Off of Null, the ball went out of bounds, so it actually comes back to Alton, but they send it right back out of bounds as Decker tried to head that ball right back to Nash Johnson. Player substitutions going on for Collinsville as Shiragi comes in to take the place of Frecker. Ryan Knoll goes out as well. Shiragi. Collinsville can't keep the ball in bounds this time. Now out toward midfield we are. Hensler sends it back in toward the middle. And Collinsville takes over as Copatelli leaves a pass for Hensler. Hensler being bothered over there by Wong. And here comes Copatelli. Copatelli on the right wing, sends it in the middle and just past Figueroa. That ball was tipped a little bit by the Alton defense. Collinsville dangerous again in the offensive zone, but this time the Alton Redbirds come away with it. Wong trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds, but he couldn't get there. So it's another throw in for Collinsville. Lawrence will take this one, trying to find Copatelli, and Copatelli was fouled over the back by Tyler Hance. So another free kick coming up here for Collinsville. This one is going to be also from about 25 yards away, but Figueroa will take this shot right on the sideline. Figueroa already has a goal off of a free kick. Here's the next one. He sends it up to the middle, and Collinsville trying to get some bodies up there to bank it in, but Alton had the bodies in the right place. They send it out the far sideline. 5:10 left to play here in this first half. Throw in comes for Collinsville into the box. Alton sends it right back out, but onto the foot of Wes Hensey, but he got spun right off of that ball. Now Alton, they bring the ball up. Out to midfield it goes. Blocked out by Vlasic. Sent over to Shiragi. Shiragi, he sends the ball back up to the offense off of a body, and Collinsville has a ball loose. Here's Copatelli. Copatelli couldn't get there before Messias could. Here's another return shot blocked out by the defense, and now Hensey trying to chase that ball down, but he's beaten to it by Braden Shrimp. Shrimp brings it up this near sideline. Tries to leave a pass and trying to find Braden Decker, but send it a little bit too far, and Collinsville will just send the ball out of bounds, and the Alton Redbirds will have a throw in here. They throw it back to Wong right here on this near sideline. Wong sidesteps right around to Hensler, sends it up to Decker. Decker trying to find Davison, but that ball never reached him, and then the ball ends up going out of bounds. Another throw in coming up here for Tyler Hance for the Redbirds as we approach 4 minutes left to play in this first half. That ball popped up by Shiragi down on the sideline and out of bounds. And another throw in coming here for the Alton Redbirds. Nash Johnson throws it in past his intended target as Vlasic sends it up for Hensey. Hensey trying to track it down from Batchelor, but he couldn't do it. Batchelor turns the corner. Far sideline for the Alton midfielder, and out of bounds. Collinsville will have the throw in. 3.5 to go in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. On a goal by Yahir Figueroa. More player changes for Collinsville. Kahoks send the ball up. Ellsworth sends it right into the Alton bench, where Lucas Kircher still sits after getting hit in the face with the ball. Ball comes in right in front of the Collinsville bench. Alton sends it up into their offensive zone, but there is Shiragi, the only one back, and he'll send the ball all the way downfield. Trying to run it down is Ryan. No! Oh, another save by Messias. Then he jumps back and takes control of that ball. That's a couple of saves up high on the body for the junior goalkeeper for Alton in the last couple of efforts. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Alton brings the ball up, but a whistle will stop the action. And the Redbirds will have a free kick, but again, from about 80 yards away, and they'll just send it up on a pass this time to Batchelor. Batchelor through midfield, finds the foot of Lombardi. Lombardi over this way finds Shrimp. Shrimp gets it back over to Batchelor. Batchelor sends the ball back over to the defense. In front of the Collinsville bench it goes, and a turnover will give the ball back to Collinsville. That one's off the back of the referee. Alton trying to take advantage of that weird turnover, and they bring the ball up. They've got some numbers, and into the box. There is a shot, and just a little bit wide by Braden Decker, as Logan Rader came way out of the goal to challenge that one, and Decker couldn't find the mark. 1:40 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville with the 1-0 lead. Logan Rader will send it back out on a goal kick restart. Out toward midfield, didn't quite make it there. Alton sends the ball up on a couple of headers, and once again, it is Decker trying to get it in there. Oh, what a shot! And a rebound comes out. Collinsville will just send it out. Decker, he came in, couldn't get the shot off himself. Shrimp found a loose ball and put a rocket toward Logan Rader. Logan blocked it out of there and left a juicy rebound, but no one from Alton could get there. Another ball down and a shot that goes all the way out the other side and across the sideline, and it's going to belong to Collinsville, so the Kahoks will get the ball back as we are under a minute to go here in this first half, 50 seconds to play. Nick Corzine will throw it in from the far side, up the sideline, and pop straight up into the air and sent right back to where it came from. Now, more out toward midfield, trying to track it down is Ryan Null. Null couldn't get there. Wong did for Alton, but he'll send it out of bounds. And Collinsville will have a throw-in with about 25 seconds left to play here in this first half. Shiragi sends it up for Hensey. Back to Shiragi, and Shiragi will send the ball back downfield. Redden trying to track it down. He can't. Alton comes away with it. They send it over here to Wong. Wong on the sideline. Tries to leave it for Nash Johnson, and a little bit too far for him. Collinsville will get the ball back. They'll throw it in, and that'll just about do it as we have zeros left on the clock. And we have reached halftime, 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Time for our halftime show, brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, you name it, they got it, and it's all homemade, including all kinds of sides to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can give them a call about any or all of that information. Cafe Agape, 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Sure, there's not a lot of action going on a Saturday morning/afternoon, but if there is, we'll find it, and we'll tell you all about it next on the Cafe Agape halftime show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hey, welcome you back to the Cafe Agape halftime show here in Collinsville. 1-0 in favor of your Kahok soccer team as Yahir Figueroa scored off of a free kick at the 31-13 mark to make it 1-0. That's the only score we have thus far. And not a lot of scores to tell you about. We can recap some of the football scores that we had from last night as I try to get this thing to work here. Alton, their football team won last night 41-36 at Alton. There's a score for you right there. Belleville East and Belleville West, they are playing some varsity football today at 1 o'clock, so that's about a half hour away from starting. East St. Louis down to Edwardsville last night by a score of 43-21, and then, of course, we know that Collinsville lost to Granite City last night by a score of 54-49. Cardinals are off today. They have a 1-1 record in the NLDS as they took the first game in Atlanta and dropped last night's contest, so a day off today as both teams travel back here to the Midwest. And game number 3 will be tomorrow afternoon. Adam Wainwright will take the hill for the Cardinals. St. Louis Blues back in action tonight, only their second game of the year after they opened the season Wednesday by raising the Stanley Cup championship banner and then lost in overtime to Washington. The Dallas Stars provide the opposition tonight at Enterprise Center. And the Blues got 1 point out of that first game loss against Washington. We're at halftime here, and halftime is just about over. We'll take a break on the Cafe Agape halftime show. And when we come back, second half action will come your way between Collinsville and Alton. Collinsville leads 1-0, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course, a state-of-the-art, one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahoks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune. And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. I'm Todd Duke. Glad that you have decided to spend some time with us here on this Saturday afternoon. We started this game at around 11:40. JV game took a little longer than normal, so JV team won 3-1. Varsity team leads here 1-0. And the wind has picked back up. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Yahir Figueroa providing the only scoring in that first half. Both teams had some chances. As we are just about ready to go here in half number 2, we switch ends of the field. Logan Rader will be in the goal to your right, while Owen Macias will be in the goal to your left. Collinsville is ready to go. Alton just now breaks their huddle, and they're spreading out and getting in their proper positions. Alton will control the ball first to start the second half. Second half underway. Kahoks with the lead. Alton in control of the ball. There is Tyler Hance over on the far side for Alton as they all skirt that far side sideline. Redbirds come out, and in the middle of the field, they'll let the defense play around with it for a while. Here is Seabold. He'll send the ball up, trying to find Stendeback. Collinsville comes up with it. And over on the far side, Tag Baker. trying to get some forward progress into the offensive zone. But we come back the other way. Here is Alton, shot on goal that goes wide, off of the foot of Justin Davison. Just underway in the second half. Logan Rader will send us back to work with a goal kick restart here. He does so. Back out toward midfield, but ahead for Alton will send it right back to where it came from. Here's Nick Corzine. He sends the ball up, trying to find Lorsbach. Collinsville gives the ball up. Alton, they'll take that interception, and moving the ball up is Lombardi. He'll send it right in front on a crossing pass, but Collinsville is there to thwart that effort, but Alton gets the ball back, and Logan Rader has to come out and scoop that ball up just as Justin Davison was coming in for a shot attempt. Rader sends the ball back out to midfield. Collinsville sends it into the offensive zone for just a moment, but then bounce off of a body. Colpatelli gets it up to Figueroa. Figueroa, he puts on a good move. Can't get around the second defender, however. And that was a good play over there by Dylan Bradley for the Alton Redbirds, who has the ball on his foot right now. Turns around and looks for some help. There was none there. So he'll keep it on the sideline, and it'll go across the sideline. Collinsville will get the throw in. It comes from Nick Corzine. Almost went out of bounds before Lorsbach accidentally stopped it, and then Corzine sends it back to the middle. Alton finds the ball, though, and sends it back out toward midfield. Tag Baker trying to wrestle that ball away. He can't. Colpatelli jars the ball loose, and then Figueroa, it goes right over his head as that ball is heading out of bounds across the end line. It'll be free kick. I'll do so with a little bit of a pass over here for Bradley. Bradley sends the ball up for Lombardi. Lombardi over here to this side for Stenneback. Stenneback putting on a couple of nice moves there with some fancy footwork. Sends it back to his defense. Siebold comes up with it. Sends it over to the far side, and turning the corner and sending it up is Shrimp. Shrimp trying to find his teammate over there on the far sideline. That was a nice play by Shiragi. He stayed with that ball. Back to Colpatelli, and then Colpatelli gets ran into by Tyler Hance from behind. And Collinsville will get a free kick here from midfield. We're just underway here in the second half. A little over 2.5 minutes in. And a shot that never does quite make it to the goal. And they call that one offside. A little bit of a late call. But once again, a free kick coming up here for Alton. They'll just chip that ball out to midfield. Collinsville comes away with it. And Figueroa, he's going to have some room over on the left wing. He'll put one toward the goal, but he didn't get enough on it for Colpatelli to have a chance, and it rolls right to Macias. And Macias will send the ball out. Line drive, low hit, but it comes all the way out to midfield. Picking it up there for a moment was Lorsbach. And then Collinsville sends it right back into the offensive zone. And then some. Throw in coming up here for Bradley. Bradley throws the ball in. Figueroa off of his head. Lorsbach gets it to settle down for a moment. He gets pushed off the ball, and then they'll get it right back. Colpatelli comes away with it. He tries to wrestle that ball away from Siebold. Can't do it. And then a whistle will give Collinsville another free kick here. And this one is going to come from about 30 yards away. 35 minutes and some change left to play, and Figueroa is going to take this one as well. Why not? Figueroa with Macias on that near post. Sends it. Macias out to his right to take care of that one. Score stays 1-0. Ball comes out right to midfield. Colpatelli trying to get there. He couldn't, but the ball ends up going in the direction of the Alton offense, and then a ball trying to send it back to Logan Rader was Shiragi. Almost didn't get enough on that ball, and Almost gave an opportunity there for Decker to score. Now a shot will go wide off of the foot of Justin Davison. And Logan Rader will send us back to action here in just a moment. All this just chewing up some time off the clock. 6 minutes into the second half. Collinsville is still out front 1-0 here. All the way up the near side to midfield. Trying to track it down is Hensler. Hensler does so. Gives the ball up, and Nick Corzine was there, and he was the last one to touch it, the referee says. So a throw in here for the Alton Redbirds, thrown into Lombardi. Lombardi has to send it back to his defense, and the defense will pop it back into the offensive zone, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Collinsville. They don't waste any time, does Nick Corzine. He finds the feet of Hensler. Hensler to Colpatelli. Colpatelli racing it up this near sideline, but had that ball knocked off of his feet, and Alton takes over once again. Redbirds trying to bring it up for a little offense. They chip the ball in toward the box, and Logan Rader gets it and sends it right back out to midfield. It gets past everybody and goes into the Collinsville offensive zone, but Kahoks unable to chase it down as of right now, despite the effort there by Ryan Null. And then Collinsville, again, trying to wrestle the ball away. Colpatelli does so, puts on a nice move, gets around one defender, gets around another defender. Still on the move, Colpatelli, and that one ends up being kicked by one of the Alton players. I believe that was Tyler Hance off of Colpatelli's body. And then the ball had enough momentum to make it to Macias. And Alton avoids another potential goal-scoring opportunity there by Collinsville. Ball out of bounds. Throw-in will come in from the Alton Redbirds and Stenneback. He gets the ball up to Bradley. Bradley sends the ball back into the box. Logan Rader comes out, and a ball that was saved by Vlasic. As that ball got over Logan Rader's head, a return shot off of a body and over the net. And, you know, Logan Rader was the first one to give a low five there to Spencer Vlasic on a great play as Logan Rader committed early, came out. That ball ended up going over his head. Justin Davison thought he had a goal. Corner kick coming up here for Alton. This is their second one. Collinsville has not had a corner kick in this game. Comes out front off of a head of one of the Alton players, and it takes a Collinsville bounce. Comes over here to this sideline. Lombardi with it. Lombardi sends the ball up, trying to find Stedeback. He does, and that ball kicked out of bounds by Corzine, so a throw-in coming here for Bradley and the Alton Redbirds. They throw it in, and then it is going to be sent over the end line, and Logan Rader will get a chance to send us back to action here as we approach 31 minutes left to play in this second half. Rader sends it out to midfield. Alton trying to desperately get that ball back down in the offensive zone as they trail 1-0. And a whistle against Collinsville. Then they throw a double whistle there at Aiden Hensler as once he found out the whistle was against him, he kicked the ball out of bounds. Referees don't like that. Free kick coming, 50 yards away. Front of the box it goes. Collinsville heads it back out. It finds the feet of Batchelor. Batchelor sends it over to the far side where he finds Adam Wong. Wong turns around and tries to put a shot into an area for a shot on goal, but instead it banks off of one of the Kahok players, so a throw-in coming. Ball popped up right inside the box. Hensler sends it back out, and tracking it down is Jake Lombardi. Lombardi leaves the ball for Bradley. Bradley overstepped it, and Collinsville on the move, and a blocked shot by Macias, excuse me. Collinsville steals that ball. That was Tag Baker over there. Nice job as Hance was streaking up the sideline. Baker stuck a foot out, knocked that ball out of bounds. Throw in coming for Alton down at the end of the Kahok bench. And it comes in for the Alton Redbirds and Lombardi with it. He'll send it over to this side, and a Nick Corzine attempt to try to get the ball was thwarted with a little bit of a tug of the jersey by Stenneback, and Corzine looked for the call, didn't get one. Ball goes out of bounds. It belongs to Alton. Redbirds, they bring it up. Here is Lombardi. Sends it up into the offensive zone a little bit deeper, but he sends it up off sides. 29 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville gets a free kick from downtown Caseyville. Shiragi sends the ball downfield and sent right back out to midfield. Sorry, folks, I had to try to get my cap back on my soda. I don't allow any open drinks around my equipment. You have to have a cap on your stuff, or you are not allowed to have your drinks around my stuff. Here is Rader sliding all the way out to his right. Right before Bradley could get there. That way, if I knock it over, it's got a lid on it, and no liquid is going to leak out anywhere near this expensive stuff. That's the rule. If you don't like it, lump it. Isn't that what the kids used to say back in the day? Off of the head of Spencer Vlasic, and trying to track it down is Lawrence. He does so, and Collinsville sends it back down on a shot. I think that was off of a Collinsville player. That shot ricocheted all the way back to Logan Rayer, and Logan caught it on the fly. He'll send a line drive shot out to midfield and a little bit beyond. Collinsville with a 1-0 lead would like another one. Here is Colpatelli, and Kahawks with the ball, trying to penetrate that offensive zone, and Alton kicks it on out. Back to the defense. Frecker off of his head over to Shiragi. Shiragi had that. Both my goalkeepers are wearing black, and both of them are wearing 0. I got confused there for a second. Macias is over here to the left. Collinsville's trying to get the ball that way. Out of bounds it goes. Kahawks actually, that was a foul called. So Collinsville will get a free kick as that ball sits over there on the sideline. Shiragi will take this one. JV coach Jeff Hayes right behind him. Words of encouragement, I'm sure. This one gets popped in and right to Macias. Macias sends the ball back out. Collinsville's defense is back. Frecker couldn't quite get there. Trying to track it down is Vlasic. He does so, turns the corner, and sends the ball up. But he sends the ball up right to Bradley. Bradley then, in turn, turns the ball over. Colpatelli, he'll send it up. Trying to track it down is Hensler. Hensler will get there before it goes out of bounds, surveys things, and looks for some help. Finds it in the form of Ellsworth. Back over toward Hensler, but Hensler couldn't catch up with it. And now it comes out, and back out to the midfielders it goes. Here is Lawrence. Lawrence sends it up for tag Baker. Baker turns the corner over there on the right wing, puts a shot toward the goal. Out front it goes, and a save by Macias as that ball, I think, bounced off of one of his teammates right toward him. And then he throws the ball out quickly. Stenenbach over here on this near side sideline. 25-25 left to play here in this second half. Alton Redbirds bring the ball up. Here is Shrimp. Shrimp almost lost control of the ball. Now we have bodies that ran into each other and a whistle, as Alton will have a free kick here from about 50 yards away, but they'll just send it over here to the sideline for Bradley. Bradley pops the ball up into the box, and it comes down over on the side. Shot blocked, and Frecker will get the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Alton Redbirds over on that far side sideline. Adam Wong will take care of this one before Collinsville has some substitutions. Tag Baker goes out, as does Ellsworth and Hensler. Redden comes back into the game. Wes Hinsey also back in there as well. and Ryan Null. There's a shot in the goal. Boy, that was a blistering shot from Justin Davison. I don't think anyone had a chance to see that one coming at all. That was a rocket of a shot. And Alton has tied this game up. Didn't want to do that. Back underway. I can't even have a chance to write my stuff down before we're already back to action here. 24-24, I believe, was the time left on the clock. And a chance for Collinsville, but Macias comes out right before Redden could get there. Boy, what a blistering of a shot that was from Davison. And we are in a 1-1 game. Collinsville playing a little dangerously now, but there's a nice clear by Corzine all the way downfield. Trying to track it down is Redden, but Alton gets there first. And now back out to midfield we go. Here is Frecker. He'll send the ball over to the far side sideline, and right at the end of the Alton bench, it goes out of bounds. Alton wastes no time throwing that ball back in. Collinsville sends it back out toward midfield. Off of the head of Copatelli. Downrange it goes. Redden, he was there, but couldn't control the ball, and now Alton comes back with it. That was the first goal by the Alton Redbirds against the Collinsville Kahawks in 5 years. Here is Alton's Lombardi. Over to the far side. Wong sends it up farther. Trying to turn the corner over there on that left wing is Shrimp. He circles and then will send the ball out of bounds off of one of the Kahawk players. So another Wong throw-in coming up. After a substitution here for Alton. Ball gets thrown in as Nash Johnson is back into the game for the Redbirds. Ball up the sideline. Redden couldn't get it before it went out of bounds. 22 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-1 game. JV team won earlier, 3-1. Varsity counterparts trying to answer here, as the Kahawks have won 7 years in a row against Alton. 5 straight years they've been shutouts. So that's the first goal for Alton against Collinsville in a long time. Redbirds with the ball in a 1-1 contest. Out of bounds that ball goes over on the far side. And it comes back in right in front of the Collinsville bench. It goes out of bounds. And Alton will take over. Throw in comes. And it bounces off a body all the way up. Then knocked out of bounds one more time. Alton again gets to keep. Wong again gets to throw it in. And it falls down right into the middle of a bunch of guys wearing purple and white. Here is Figueroa trying to keep that ball away from Evan Duger, and he'll send it back to the defense, and then the defense sends it up. Now Redden trying to chase it down, but he's surrounded by white jerseys. The ball comes out right onto the feet of Nick Corzine. Corzine sends it up through the middle, and then it's punched right back into the Alton offensive zone. Here is Davison trying to track it down. He just scored the tying goal, and he'll send it right back out. And a shot toward the goal will bounce, and Rader will come out and make the save. He'll send the ball back out immediately. Past midfield, off the back of Redden, and down farther Here comes Collinsville. Here is Ryan Null to Redden. Redden looking for some help. Gets taken out on the play. Gets the ball over to Hensler. Hensler tries to find Hensey, and then that ball is popped up into the air, and Hensey over there trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds, but it goes off of the Collinsville senior midfielder and out of bounds. So the Redbirds will have a throw in deep down in Collinsville's offensive zone. Halfway through the second half, 1-1 game. Collinsville with a goal in the first half. Alton answers here in the second half. Here's a shot towards the goal. It's going to go wide, and Macias is out to pick it up. Ball popped back out toward midfield. Kahoks. Whoa. Figueroa got behind everyone. If that ball could have made it to him, may have had a chance. Collinsville with a chance once again. Here's a shot and a save, and then the defense for Alton sends that ball out of there as that rebound was left right in the middle of the net area, but no one wearing purple could get there before the players wearing white. Ball goes out of bounds. Another throw-in coming. This one's going to come from Frecker. Frecker throws it into the box, and off of a head it comes down, and Wong will take care of it for the Alton Redbirds. He'll send it out of bounds, so Collinsville will have another throw-in opportunity. This one on the far side will be taken care of by Shiragi. He throws it into the feet of Anthony Colpatelli. Colpatelli trying to turn the corner. That ball partially blocked, and then Alton just sends the ball right back out. Throw-in will come from the far side sideline. And this time it'll be Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic gives it a heave-ho right in front. It comes down, and then the Alton Redbirds send it out. Collinsville will have their first corner kick of this game. So let's see if we can get a goal off of a set piece here. Oh, wrong corner. Right in front, comes down, and Alton in there. Alton Redbirds banked it. Tyler Hance tried to kick that ball out of there, and he banked it right off of the leg of Aiden Hensler, and Collinsville goes up 2-0. So the Kahoks get that goal back. Oh, man, I can't get anything written down here. Hensler at the, 17-15 mark? Is that what it was? 17-20. All right, we'll go with that. I need myself a camera guy. Ball on the far side of the field. 17 minutes to play. Collinsville leads 2-1. On a goal by Aiden Hensler. Tyler Hance did the best he could, man. He turned around and shot that ball hard, but right off of the shins of Hensler and into the open net. Collinsville regains the lead, looking for more. Tag Baker leaves the ball up, but Macias has enough time to come out and get that one before Ryan Knoll could come in there and put a shot on goal. And that was off of the head of Corzine. That had a thud to it too, didn't it? Ball hit him hard. Here is Colpatelli. Pops the ball deeper into the offensive zone, trying to track it down over there is Aiden Hensler, who just scored the goal. It goes out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in. I wasn't even facing my camera at the right corner. I saw the referee over there on that far side point his flag down in the corner for a corner kick and just assumed it was going to be over there, not even realizing where the ball went out of bounds. There's another shot by Ryan Null, and this time Macias comes up with the save. And the ball back out toward midfield and beyond. Here is Frecker. He couldn't quite track it down, so he sends it out to Rader, and Rader will send the ball back upfield. Now off of a head and out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. It'll be Tag Baker. And the referee blew his whistle before Baker threw that ball back in because substitutions are coming in. 2 for Collinsville, 1 for Alton. Wes Hensey comes back into the game. Hensler and Tag Baker go out. And hey, who's 25? Who's 25? Oh, Miss Perril's grandson. That's a throw in that's Jackson Perril wears number 25. See, this is the problem when you don't have a camera guy, man. You got to stop and write stuff down, and before you know it, you're missing shots and stuff. Try the best I can, folks. I do the best I can. Kahawks bring the ball into the offensive zone. Alton trying to get it out of there. They do so as they bring it up for Bachelor. You got to realize I got a roster in my hand as well, so I'm pretty much know our guys by this point in the season, but it's the opposing teams that I have to keep on looking down and putting a name with a number. So in my right hand, I have my clipboard, and in my left hand, I have a camera. Ball goes out of bounds, and I don't have an extra hand to write anything down. I left my go-go gadget arm in the shop. It's being repaired. Throw in coming for Collinsville over on the far side. Funny thing is I ask if someone can man the camera for me, and I'm told no, and I've got 3 JVers up here on 1 camera. There is Alton. They bring the ball up, and Duger gets taken down from behind by Will Martin. And a kick coming up here from right below our broadcast location. This one will be taken by Bradley. Dylan Bradley sends it. Comes out and tracked down by Davison. Davison has the only goal here for Alton. And now Collinsville sends the ball up, and here is Perril. Perril over on the far side. Looks like a football player out there with all these soccer players. He's a big kid. Collinsville trying to track it down. They can't do it. Here is Mitchell Harris. Harris has that ball leave him, and then Collinsville picks it off. Sends it back out toward the middle. Off of a body. Down for Wes Hens. Hensey, shot, goal! Collinsville adds on another one. It's real simple, man. I don't have this thing so it can go up and down, so all you got to do is go side to side. I got some help. 12:32 left to play here in this one. Well, in the second half anyway. And Collinsville has scored 2 goals here in the second half. Alton scored 1, but Collinsville got 1 in the first half. And we are back underway once again. Here is Lombardi. He sends it over to this side now for Duger, and Duger sends it over to Bradley. Bradley tries to sidestep, and that ball ends up going out of bounds just before Bradley could get there. So Will Martin will have a throw in, but he'll give way and let Nick Corzine take care of it. Corzine throws the ball up, and it rolls down the back of Colpatelli, and then the defense for the Alton Redbirds sends the ball up. 12 minutes to go here in this second half. 3-1 in favor of Collinsville. Throw in comes in, and Alton tries to send it back up. Colpatelli stops that. Anthony cuts across the middle, has a little bit of steam, gets sandwiched between a couple of defenders, still stays with the ball. What a great individual effort by Colpatelli. Then he gets tripped up, no call on the play. The ball comes out to Will Martin. Martin, he almost had his feet taken out from underneath him. It comes back to Nick Corzine. Corzine sends the ball up. Colpatelli with a little no-look flick off the side of his foot. He finds Mitchell Harris, and then a whistle on the play for an offside call. So So free kick coming up here for Alton. Clock continues to run as we have 11 minutes and 10 seconds left. Kick being taken here by Hayden Batchelor. Batchelor sends the ball up past midfield. Alton off of a head, off of another head, and down to the ground it goes. Now pop back up. And trying to fight it off is Ellsworth. Collinsville gets it back for a split second just to send it past midfield, and then the ball ends up going out of bounds, put there by the Alton Redbirds. So here is Nick Corzine with a throw-in, finds Colpatelli. Colpatelli with another nice move, cuts it across the middle, and then sends a little bit of a bender out there, but Macias is there to take care of it before anyone could close in for a scoring opportunity. Ball sent back out by the Alton Redbirds and sent right back by Spencer Vlasic. Play at midfield. Collinsville sends it back into the offensive zone. That one rolls down the back of Mitchell Harris, but Alton was there to pick the ball up. And Evan Duger in a little battle there with Corzine, and Corzine wondering why the call was going against him. He thought he sent that off of the foot of Duger. Now player exchanges going on for both teams. Alton, they substitute 2 players. Collinsville substitutes 3. Lorsbach is back into the game for Collinsville, as is Tag Baker. Yahir Figueroa back in there as well. Throw in comes in from Brian Richardson. Haven't called his name yet today, so he's seeing his first action. Up to Batchelor. Batchelor in the middle of the field. Cuts it across the other side, and it goes through everybody and finds its way to Logan Rader. Rader will bring us back out as we approach 9 minutes to go here in this second half. 3-1 in favor of Collinsville. Colpatelli tries to send it up. It's rejected. Comes back out to midfield and stopped by Ryan Null. Null still stays with it. Gives it to Figueroa. Figueroa to Colpatelli. Colpatelli trying to find that far side sideline for Tag Baker. He does so. Baker tries to move it up into the box for Ryan Null. Null turns around. Figueroa trying to chase it down now. He does so. Back to Lorsbach. Lorsbach over here for Tag Baker. Baker turns around, puts one into the box. Here is a chance for Ryan Null, but that ball leaves him just a little bit too far and couldn't get a good quality chance at the goal. And then the defense for Alton sends the ball back out. Here is Shiragi. Shiragi trying to send it over there to Ryan Null. Null almost twisted that ankle as he went from grass to track, or turf to track, excuse me. Here's Davison, who has the only goal here for Alton in this game. He sends it up into the offensive zone, trying to find Decker. Decker had the ball for just a moment, and then Frecker got there and sends the ball out across the sideline with 8 minutes to play here in this second half. Here is Brian Richardson. Richardson set to throw the ball in once again. Richardson does so, but Collinsville sends it back out for a brief moment. Richardson gets it back, and then it banks off of his foot, finds the foot of Batchelor. Batchelor is just stonewalled there by Ellsworth. Ellsworth to Baker, back to Ellsworth, to Figueroa. Figueroa turns around, finds Colpatelli. Colpatelli trying to find Baker. He runs into an opponent. Both of them go down, and it appears that they're both okay as that ball goes out of bounds. And the ball is going to belong to the Alton Redbirds. 7:15 left to play here in this second half. Throw in is going to come in from Richardson. Richardson off of one of his teammates' head, back out to midfield, but a whistle will stop the action, and we'll have a free kick coming up here for Alton, but it'll be about 50 yards away, or excuse me, for Collinsville, about 50 yards away. And it'll be taken by Frecker. He'll just send it over to the far side sideline for his defensive counterpart, Braden Shiragi. Shiragi punches it into the box, and that ball is offside as it goes off of the head of Ryan Null. 6:30 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trying to extend this winning streak. They have won 7 years in a row against Alton. Have these Kahawks. 5 of those years in a row it was via the shutout, but Justin Davison ended that drought. But We are just a few minutes away from Collinsville extending this to an 8-year winning streak over Alton. Off of the head of Stenenbach. Now Tag Baker gets it, flicks it toward the front of the box, and Macias comes out. Can't get it very far, and then he has to kick it again as he was well out in front of the box. Way out of position. Alton sends the ball up. Here's another opportunity for the Redbirds, but Frecker plays some nice defense. Sends the ball right up to the foot of Lorsbach, and Lorsbach sends it out to midfield. Colpatelli is there. He'll find the foot of Lawrence. Maximus Lawrence will send it up. Tag Baker will track it down over here on this left wing. He'll turn around, and he'll try to find a shot toward the goal. That one bends. It's going to come out to Figueroa. Figueroa off the post and back out the other side, and Collinsville almost picks up goal number 4 on the afternoon. So Macias will send it out. He does so to midfield. Lorsbach sends it back up to where it came from. And at midfield, Redden trying to find the ball. He does so. Ellsworth will send it back to the defense. And it's punched back into the offensive zone there by Spencer Vlasic. Now Redden off of his foot and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Alton Redbirds. 4:40 left to play here in this second half. Throw-in coming from the far side for the Alton Redbirds right in front of the Kahok bench. Davison, who scored the lone Alton goal, sends it out to his teammate Batchelor. Batchelor sends it up, but there is Lorsbach to stop that one from going into the offensive zone for the Redbirds as that one flies past Tag Baker. Collinsville in control right now with a 2-goal lead and coming up on 4 minutes to play. Here is Redden. Redden sends the ball up the sideline trying to find Ryan Knoll. Led him a little bit too far, did Redden, but Redden gets the ball back and then tries to find Figueroa. Figueroa trying to catch up to that ball, but he won't get there before the defense does, but he gets it right back, then gets slammed into from behind. Here is Ryan Knoll. Knoll to Redden. Redden sends it up and right in front of the box. Redden laying on the ground, and he appears to be hurt. Play continues. Collinsville with the lead, but Alton with the ball. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and now they will stop the clock and try to tend to the injured Ryan Knoll as he gets up and walks up under his own power. But holding the right part of that gluteus maximus. I'm guessing he took a knee or something there. Probably going to be a deep bruise. Clock restarts. 3.5 to go here in this second half. Redbirds, Lombardi sends it up over to Davison. Davison finds Shrimp. Shrimp over on that left wing, trying to turn the corner to get a shot on goal. He does. Rader gets his hands on it, and that pops it up over the net. And the Alton Redbirds will get another corner kick out of this. So they'll try to score on a set piece. Well, instead they'll just kick the ball on in for Lombardi. Lombardi being hassled over there by Redden, and now a whistle on the play as Elfrin Lopez comes into the game for the first time for Collinsville. Ball comes in, and at midfield is where we are. Here is Wes Hensey, and sent back to Lopez. Lopez will send the ball all the way down. Collinsville has numbers. Here is Shiragi. Shiragi is shot on goal and a save, and the rebound, it's in. It is in as Collinsville puts another one up. This one, Mitchell Harris puts in the goal off a rebound. All that with 2:24 left to play here in this second half. How about that? Everybody that has scored a goal in the second half for Collinsville, their last name begins with an H. That's kind of strange, but also cool. 2:15 left to play here in this contest as they send that one back to Logan Rader. Rader will send it back out all the way to midfield. Redden settles the ball down right in the circle. Sends it over this way, but Lorsbach couldn't hold it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Alton will have a throw in. It'll be Brian Richardson who will handle those responsibilities. And here is Batchelor. Batchelor moves the ball up, but Collinsville took them off of that ball. Popped up right in front of the box. It comes down off of a head, and it spins, and it bounces right to Logan Rader with 95 seconds left to play here in this one. Collinsville up 4-1. Rader sends it out. To the sideline it goes. Kept from going out of bounds there for a moment by Mossman for the Redbirds, and that ball ends up out of bounds. Alton will get the throw in. And Collinsville gets the interception. Here is Redden. Redden trying to work his way around Batchelor. He does so with a pass, and then a pass comes right back to Wes Hensey. Hensey keeps it going into the offensive zone. Over to this side now for Colin Ogle, and a whistle will stop that action. Colin Ogle, sophomore midfielder here for the Kahawks, sees some late varsity action as we are down to the final 40 seconds left to play in this one. Colton Siebold sends the ball back for the Alton Redbirds, and that was right off of the stomach of Frecker. Sends it up to Ogle. Ogle sends the ball into the middle for Redden. Redden sends it back to Ogle. Ogle sends it up to Peril, and then that ball ricochets back. And Frecker will just send it back to Logan Rader, who will stand there for a moment, send the ball out to the front, and then kick it away with 10 seconds left to play in this one. Collinsville will improve to 7-8. They even their Southwestern Conference mark at 4-4 as the final second ticks away. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your help. Collinsville wins this one by a final score of 4-1 as we welcome you into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Chiropractic Works owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. He's located at 410 Regency Center. That is just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, don't you hate it when you get these things that pop up on your screen and then you can't get rid of them? Got these. All right, I'm about tired of that. Send that away. Okay, now we can play our commercial. Had the scoreboard up the whole time, and as soon as I take the scoreboard away, I got these screens facing me asking me to update this and update that. Not going to happen. The post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sport Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville soccer team comes out victorious today over the Alton Redbirds by a score of 4-1. And yes, folks, we have a Jeff Hayes sighting. He is sitting right next to me, joining us on the post-game show. How are you, Coach?
Fantastic. Good to be here. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure. We should have had this conversation long before now.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your JV team here for a minute. I've been noticing, as I've not been to a lot of games, but Brady keeps me updated by sending me scores and stuff like that. You guys are playing pretty well. You guys got a few wins under your belt. Last couple of games, I know you ended up in 1-1 ties, but talk about your JV team.
Yeah, Brady is Mr. Kahok. As far as the JV team goes, we're having a surprisingly good season. I guess I wasn't expecting it. Right now, we're 9-2-5. In those 5 games, we've kind of struggled to score some goals. So it's been a few 0-0 matches and then a couple 1-1 matches, but I'm impressed with the guys. We've lost a few of the guys that started on our roster to Varsity, and just from top to bottom, we've got a great attitude. I can't say enough about the attitude of our JV guys, and I think that kind of, it steps onto the field with them. They're always willing to work, always upbeat, always cheering each other on, and it's paying off for us.
Talk about Carter Wagner. I've only gotten a chance to see him once at the Belleville West game that I did last week. So what about the JV goalkeeper?
He's stepped up this year. I mean, he was a good keeper last year for us on JV, but he was also behind Logan, who's a great keeper. So he is more than capable of playing varsity minutes right now. at the varsity level. Logan's getting the nod, but Carter stepped up there too in a couple games and helped us out. He's done a fantastic job. And when we've played, maybe 11, 16 games, and maybe we've given in 7 goals. He's a big part of that.
All right, so we'll probably see him a lot next year, won't we?
Yeah, we've got a couple guys on our roster that are going to be fighting for some varsity minutes, but I would say that Carter's definitely going to get some of those.
Now, on the varsity side of things, we all know that you graduated 14 seniors. 10 of the 11 starters from last year graduated, so we kind of knew that was going to be a little bit of a tough year, a feeling out year, a kind of a rebound year to try to figure things out. Are things going well according to you?
Things are picking up, and this is kind of what we expected. We were hoping that we would find our stride later in the season. Middle of the season, we're hoping to kind of get down a system and see what works for us, and I think we're finally getting to that. We're picking up some good results. We're not quitting in games, and we're starting to see that with a 2-1 win in overtime against West, and then another overtime win against Granite, where we had to come back from behind. They got an early goal, and we played well that whole time. And then to beat Alton 4-1 is nice, just because Alton's a pretty good team. They've got Shrimp and Lombardi who do a great job of controlling the midfield. Their keeper does a pretty good job too, and then they've got some guys that just don't quit on the ball. So for us to pop in 4, we haven't had one of those games where we just it goes our way the whole time. So this was one of them. It's nice to see Mitch Harris get in there and get a goal, and then Aiden Hensler, who's been busting his butt as a sophomore, he gets a goal too, and then a couple other guys.
Yeah, all right, and this is the 8th year in a row that you guys have beaten Alton in the regular season, and before this game, 5 in a row you guys shut them out. So this is the first goal that they've scored against Collinsville in 5 years.
Impressive stats, yeah. I mean, they play everybody tough. Even if they're having a down year, if you look at their record, or they've graduated a lot of guys, those kids from Alton always play with heart.
You had the 3H club going in the second half. All your goals came from guys that last names begin with H. You had the first one from Hensler, then Hinsey, then Harris.
Yeah. And you know what? Those are guys that typically aren't getting tons of minutes for us up top. So, we'd like to see it start clicking when you've got the guys in there that are your starters. But if you can go to guys on the bench and they can, not only perform but step up that level of competition for us, that's what you need going into the playoffs. So in the playoffs, you're not looking to change things. You're not looking to do anything too special as far as your system goes. You're just looking to squeak by with a goal more than the other team. So hopefully that'll take care of itself for us.
All right, and you guys have a busy week next week. I've got you twice next week. I'm here Monday for the senior night against Jabot, and then back here Thursday against Edwardsville as you guys head toward the end of the season. I would say that things are starting to look like they're falling in place as you get ready to head to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we have 4 games next week, and honestly, I live day by day. So who those games are against, I'm not sure. I know Father McGivney's another one on there, but that's kind of what you hope to do. It's not cliche, and we don't have a lot of say in where the games fall on our schedule necessarily. But I think here at the end we can pick up a couple extra wins, and whether it's because we're playing better or we're finally starting to click. You just want your guys to go into the postseason feeling confident about what they've done, and whether your record's 500 and you pick up all your games at the very end or the beginning, as long as their attitude is that, hey, we can make something happen here at the end, you're in a good spot.
First goal was by Figueroa on a penalty kick, so to speak. You know what? I'm surprised. I look at this kid, and he does not look like he would be fast. That dude has got some wheels.
He can boogie a little bit, and he's starting to play with a little bit more confidence. Since his injury, he had a knee injury to start the season. He's finally starting to find his stride out there. So I know coming back from a knee injury like he had, it's difficult with your confidence. You're not able to pull off some of the moves you had before. Your conditioning clearly shows if you're not in good shape, and you see guys running past you that you're used to running past. But with the minutes that he's logged over the season and him being fresh right now, I think we're going to see a little bit more from him than we've gotten. So he's a really good player, and that was a great dead ball on his part.
Sure was. Thanks for the visit, Coach.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it. Jeff Hayes, the JV head coach and assistant varsity boys coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and look forward to next week. That's next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Back here at an empty Kahok Stadium. I'm Todd Duke as we continue here with the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Just a quick wrap-up. Collinsville got out on front at the 31-13 mark of the first half when Yahir Figueroa got a dead ball set-piece kick, and it went in on a little bit of a bend, and it was 1-0 in the first. And then Davison for Alton, that would be Justin Davison, got Alton on the board, and we were tied at 1-1. That was the first time in 5 years that Alton has scored a goal against Collinsville, but they couldn't sustain that. Collinsville got the next 3 goals from Hensler, Hensley, and Hensey and Harris as Collinsville went on to win by a final score of 4-1. Collinsville now 7-8 on the year. They evened their conference mark at 4-4. Next up for your Kahok boys soccer team, right here Monday night against Jabot. We'll have that game for you. And continuing with the look at next week, Tuesday night, we're on the road. We have girls volleyball action coming for you from Belleville East, and we're right back here at Kahok Stadium Thursday night for a Southwestern Conference battle against Edwardsville, who right now is 8-0 in Southwestern Conference play. And then our week will end with our last road trip in the boys' football schedule as we head to Mattoon to take on the Green Wave. That game is scheduled for 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air about 6:40 with the pregame show. Big thank you to both my coaches, Coach Lugie and Coach Hayes, for joining us in the pre- and post-game shows, respectively. My name is Todd Duke, and until Monday evening, right back here at Kahok Stadium, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic weekend.